It's the Guitar Tour 2019. A lot of you have messaged me or commented towards me asking for me to make this video, and so this should be a really great fun one. I'm going to take you through all the guitars that I currently have, and maybe I'll do this once a year or something, because, you know, guitars happen and guitars go away and guitars change, but I'll show you what they all sound like and share any related anecdotes, so thanks for asking. This one should be so fun. Here we go. You all know this little baby. This is Elizabeth the Taylor. I've had this since about 2003 or 4. I don't remember. This is a 410 CE. That stands for Cutaway Electric, which doesn't make it an electric guitar. It plugs in, right? So you can plug it into a PA system. A lot of people get electric guitars and acoustic electric guitars confused. The goal of an acoustic electric guitar is just to be able to sound like a really loud acoustic. Taylor does the electronics really well. They have for a long time, and this guitar was purchased from my friend Joe, who was the manager at Guitar Center, and he was in a band that we used to play a lot of shows together, my band Breaking Code and his band likewise. It was a long time ago, but yeah, he got me a deal on it. But I was astounded that the deal was not that much of a deal. When you go buy a nice guitar from even Guitar Center, the margin on such an item is not so great. Nonetheless, I'd always wanted a Taylor, of course, because Stone Gossard plays Taylors, and I just love the snappy sound of them. And I just keep playing Not For You. So this is what this, you all know this guitar, this is what this sounds like. I use Elixir strings on my acoustic guitars. I think they're just the best. Oh, and by the way, this capo, you're supposed to keep these capos here. This is a Thalia capo, or Thalia, I'm not sure, Thalia. These are expensive. This was a gift from my friend Phil, who works at Thalia or Thalia capos. So if you're feeling the need to treat yourself, these things are just absolutely the best. They don't kind of squish the strings down wrong, so you have to retune your guitar every time you put the capo on and off. And if you order one, I didn't get paid to say that. If you order one, you know, put in the notes, hi Phil from Ryan Lendt or something. That'll make him giggle. Hey, look what I found in my guitar case. Likewise, I was right. That's the guitar case for this guitar. This is my 2001-ish Schecter PT. It was a Christmas present from my mother, but I've done a few things to it. It came with a Schecter neck. This is not a Schecter neck. This is a USA Tele neck that I changed out just so that it would be the right color to match Eddie Vedder's Schecter PT, which is an older model that he played from Versus basically through binaural. But yeah, so I'm going to leave the amp on the same setting for all of these so you can see just how different all the different guitars sound. I don't have any pedals going. I just have the EQs all at 12 o'clock and the drive on something. I do have the fat pedal pushed down, or button pushed down on my Blues Junior, on which the reverb does not function. So here we go. Bridge pickup Schecter PT with mods. These are Gibson Burstbucker pickups that I got for a song on eBay a long time ago. Neck pickup. Now it sounds like Eddie's guitar. Right? All the guitars in my collection are keepers. That is to say, I don't have any junk ones. I got rid of all those when I moved from California to Pennsylvania. I gave them to kids and, so on and so forth. But this guitar is a keeper, not because it's an excellent brand name guitar, etc. This is a Brian Harris custom guitar. Brian Harris was one of my students who built me this guitar, and it's got some innards issues that need to be addressed. It sounds like a grounding issue, so I need to look into that. But this has the Schecter's original neck on it. He had a neck on it, but I decided I wanted to try the Schecter neck on it, and I dremeled the lacquer off the head there, so I was really proud of myself for that. But I think it's a good looking guitar. It's got one volume knob, one pickup, and that's it. So sorry about the hum, but here's what this sounds like. obviously got some things that need to be looked into there. That'll be a fun project. The polar opposite of the Schecter PT with the burst bucker pickups. This is the Jimi Hendrix, signature version Stratocaster. This was a gift from a very nice man named Matt. Thanks again, Matt. I just love this thing. But what collection would be complete without a Strat? This will show you the stark differences in the sound between the two guitars. All right, same amp setting. Still working on the thumb thing. Almost can't get that to break up. Whereas the Schecter was super drivey. Right? Yeah, so there's that. This thing's great. That's the neck pickup. The neck pickup of a Strat is the only place in the universe you can get that sound. Not that sound. You know, that sound. That cha-cha sound. But here's the bridge pickup. It's useful, right? Just not what I was going for in my head at that moment. Oh wait, but there's another Strat. This is the guitar that started it all. This is a made in Mexico 1994 Stratocaster. Not really the first one I bought, a junky one off the classified as, just to see if I'd like it. But then I walked into the store and I saw this one, and the thing I liked about it the most is that, I don't know if you can tell here, but you can almost kind of see the wood. You can barely see the wood through the translucent barely paint there, and I think that's cool. You've seen this guitar before. It had a black pick guard, but the aforementioned Brian Harris milled me a new pick guard, and I think it looks really cool. Now that's wood. That's not some shiny gold color or something, but the pickups have been changed. To my friend Nick in California is a brilliant guitar worker honor, aka luthier, and he recommended these pickups. I have no idea what they are, but they sound great. Here's the neck pickup of this Stratocaster. Very different, you will see. Still got the kind of roundness, but it's drivier than the Jimi Hendrix Strat. I missed the string 8 times there. You get the idea. And the humbucker on the bridge. Speaking of things made in Mexico in 1994, this is my only Fender Telecaster. This was purchased by me from a teacher at my studio who it just wasn't her style, so she just wanted to get rid of it. And I got it for a song as well. Somewhere along the line, whoever owned this put Fender noiseless pickups in it, and I suspect that was an upgrade because I don't think that they would have come in 1994 in a made in Mexico Tele, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this guitar. You're hearing the neck pickup right now. It's just so rich and lovely. In fact, I think I'll name this guitar Rich. But I had the bridge changed by the aforementioned Nick in California. I don't know what it is. I just said do something cool, and he did something cool. The pickup used to be white. I like this better. This is a great guitar. Not getting any distortion out of the amp on these settings. So again, how much difference the different pickups make. But the bridge pickup, same thing as the Jimi Hendrix Strat. Not usually what I'm going for, but with some pedals and so forth, it would be the perfect cut through the mix frequency. This is my latest acquisition. This is a 1977 Univox Les Paul ripoff. My brother-in-law, Michael, loves to go to estate auctions, and if there's a guitar, he'll usually snap me a picture and say, how much do you want to bid on this, and I'll send him some ridiculously low amount, and every once in a while, 2 times so far, I've gotten the guitar. So this just arrived in my hands over Thanksgiving, and this thing is a growler. I'll probably just leave it exactly how it is. I mean, the pickups look so nice. They match the guitar and everything. And when it got here, it had 4 of the strings on it, and they were acoustic strings, and they were rusty. They must have been from 1987, but It's in perfect working order other than that and a couple of nicks and dings, but as I always say, it's not yours until it has a dent in it. But I guess there's someone else's dent, so I'll have to put my own dent in it. Speaking of estate auction guitars, many of you have probably seen this a couple of times. This is my 1966 K something or other. K-A-Y. As I understand it, this is the guitar that you would have purchased from Sears. If you were guitar shopping in Sears in 1966, I got this for absolutely almost nothing. I changed the tuners to Spurzl locking tuners, so that's convenient. The action is terrible. This needs to go to a guitar fixer because I got the wrench and it's kind of stripped in there and I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I fixed it a little bit, but it still needs to be fixed more. It's kind of like, I love the sound of it. It's got that sort of hollow balsa sound to it. Definitely worth keeping because it's so old. It's special in that right, but it's not worth keeping just exactly the way it is. So I almost kind of want to put, you know, Kurt Cobain style an electric pickup in there and make it kind of like my Nirvana Unplugged in New York kind of vibe guitar. But it certainly looks cool. And it is cool. And I think so anyways. Yeah. And by the way, in that guitar's case when I got them were all these music books from 1966 when music lesson books retailed for $1.25, and there was almost no evidence of the pages are real crisp, and there's a couple of marks on some of the pages, but the moral of the story is fun with guitar chords. The moral of the story is even since the beginning of time, people have been buying guitars and not practicing guitar. And last in the guitar collection anyways is this Gibson SG Classic. The SG Classic are the ones with the P90 pickups, the pickups that Eddie Vedder really liked. I mean, that thing just pushes. This thing is great. The neck is really fat, so it's not a shredder guitar. It's a chordy guitar. There's some of my songs that I just can't play on this guitar. Really hard. Yeah, but the story of this guitar is significant. This was a gift from a very kind one of you folks, and perhaps then via that kind one of you folks, sort of all of you folks. But I used to own a Gibson SG Classic many years ago, and I went through a rough patch, and it had to go. But I was thinking about it lately, and I was thinking, gosh, I wish I, not lately then, wish I had that guitar. And then one day that guitar kind of just showed up on my doorstep, and it was quite a moment. I was moved, you know, not because of the thing. Things can be bought and sold, replaced, but the sentiment is why I was moved. So thank you again to that person. This thing is just absolutely incredible. I love this guitar. You would not play this riff on this guitar. It's more of a wrong chord. You get the idea. And yeah, that concludes the Guitar Tour 2019. Thank you for joining me for this video. I think you'll notice that none of my guitars, the story behind them were, well, I wanted this guitar, so I went and bought it. I don't really have guitar acquisition syndrome, but I seem to have a lot of guitars, which is kind of astounding to me. I'd prefer just to meander about and see what presents itself, and if I get something that's not quite right, change it a little bit and make it more me. I like stuff that's one of a kind, because, you know, I change the pickup or the neck or so forth. But yeah, those are the guitars in my collection. Thank you for that question. That was a fun video to make, a little trip down memory lane. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.